What's going on, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo, and I am coming to you with another Wild Eye review. I'd like to thank the people over at Wild Eye for sending me this movie to review for you. I really enjoyed this film. The movie that we're doing today is 2017's Killer Campout, produced by Fuzzy Monkey Studios.
Together, we killed about 50 until he got a radio job and...
Directed by Brad Twigg, and starring Jesse Green as our killer Gene Blackwell, Julio Fernandez as John, and Luba Hansen as Laura. In this film, a group of campers out in the middle of the woods come across a serial killer who just happens to enjoy eating and raping and killing. This is a movie filled with gore. In fact, it even has an intro for the film by the godfather of gore himself, Herschel Gordon Lewis. I don't want to give everything away in the film, but I am going to discuss some minor spoilers. This movie starts as a slasher film and kind of ends up as a cannibal film, kind of in the vein of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the Wrong Turn movies. Getting into the cons real quick, the first thing I noticed was that the dubbing is off through like the first quarter of the movie. The voices do not sync up with the mouth movements, and it's very noticeable, but it doesn't throw you off so bad that it makes the film less enjoyable, so it's not a huge deal, and it does get fixed as the movie goes along. Not all of the acting is terrible in this film, but there were quite a few bad performances. I like the performance from our killer. I like the performance from one of the main counselors. But other than that, I didn't really get into the performances at all. The cops were terrible. There's a couple bounty hunters that weren't very good. There's the rest of the campers. They were terrible. But that's not what the point of this film was. This was a gore film. It was a love letter to the gore movies of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And it really does shine through in those moments. And we'll get into that soon. Right along with the acting is some annoying fucking characters. Just terrible fucking writing on these characters. You have your stereotypical metalhead character, even though he's, I don't know, doesn't seem like he's very knowledgeable about metal to me. And then you got your bully character, and you've got your whore characters, and you got your lesbian whore character. And they're just really, really fucking annoying. There wasn't a likable character among them. The bounty hunters. There's two bounty hunters that maybe I just missed it, but I didn't even know why they were there. I mean, I know why they were there. They were looking for the killer that nobody believed them that the killer existed. And they've been searching for this killer for forever. And nobody believed that he existed. Well, he did, and they were right, and it took about 2 seconds for them to die when he found him. I wrote down the con, where did the tactical shotgun come from? At the end of the film, the metal guy, who, spoiler, had already been stabbed and he thought was dead, shows up out of the blue with a tactical fucking shotgun and takes out the killer. When he does this, afterwards, she's like, you know, I had already written down the con, like, okay, what the fuck? The girl actually asked him, hey, where'd you get the shotgun? He's like, oh, I found it laying around the cabin after you guys all left. Really? Really? You just found it laying around the cabin? Tactical shotgun just laying there? Yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. So first I was bugged that it just appeared out of nowhere. And then I was bugged with their explanation. But that's really it for my cons, guys. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I had a lot of fun with it. It was a gore extravaganza. Huge gore and blood, and I loved it. Loved it. There's scenes where there are people eating people, and I really want to know, man, that looks so good what they were, like, they were enjoying it. Like, what'd they do? Make it out of, like, candy and the guts and stuff or whatever? I don't know, but it was cool. Loved the intro by Herschel Gordon Lewis. It was so cool that they got him to do that. I was like, man, that's awesome. They got the godfather of gore himself to do the intro for this film. to me, it's almost like he was putting his stamp of approval on it. And I wonder if he saw the film afterwards, because the film itself, I mean, it's a basic film, low budget, very low budget B movie. But man, it was fun. I love that the gore and the brutality starts right away. First scene's out, we got nothing but blood and guts, and I love it. There's some great eye gouging scenes. There's a scene with an arrow going through an eye. I love that. There's some arrow shots where the guys get shot there. There's gunshot wounds. There's disembowelings. There's the eating of the intestines. There's all kinds of good stuff. There's ripping open the throat and eating pieces of it. That leads me into my next pro, is I love the variety of the kills. Some great variety, some really inventive stuff. It wasn't just your normal stabbings, things like that. There was one kill where the killer has this axe, and I'm going to get into that here in a second. And his axe, he uses it and he scalps a girl with his axe. And I thought that was cool. And that leads me into my next pro, which is I love his fucking axe. It is shaped like one of the most brutal battle axes I've ever seen. It has a knife blade at the top. It's got a big broad blade. It's got hooks and everything. And it's got blades on the inside that he helped that girl. I love it. And then it's got this weird looking pattern on it that I don't recognize. Well, guess who did recognize it? My best boy, Jason, Horrific Nightmares J.M. It's a Maryland state flag. I don't think he minds me saying this because he said it a bunch of times himself. He's from Maryland. He recognized it right away. Whatever the axe is made out of, it has a Maryland state flag on one side of it. And I was like, huh, really? That's fucking awesome. Check out his review. He did a review of this as well, as did my buddy Dave Maggot. I like the twist at the end of the film, and I'm not going to give those twists away. Those are the big, spoilers. I'm not going to give those away. It's not something I have to do to talk about this movie, and this is a brand new movie. I want people to watch it. There's actually 2 pretty big twists, and I enjoyed them. I, didn't really see them coming, and I thought it was cool. And it's not that, it was just fun. This was a fun popcorn movie. In fact, in the Kickstarter campaign for this movie, the director, Brad Twigg, even says, grab your popcorn and let's have some fun. Because that's what this was. This was a great popcorn film. Lots of blood, lots of gore, blood spraying everywhere. Like I said, lots of disembowelings, throat slittings, eye gouging, knives going in through under the throat and into the mouth, and all kinds of cool shit. So, overall, guys, I really enjoyed Killer Campout from Wild Eye. Thank you very much, Wild Eye, for sending this to me. And I hope to come to you guys again soon with some more Wild Eye reviews. In the meantime, though, this is BroncoJuggalo saying thank you guys for bearing with me. I'm tired tonight, guys. It's been one hell of a day. I'm going to get some sleep. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
This, strange... There's many voices in my head. Many different voices. Summer like this. Summer like this. Summer like this.